Hello guys, today I want to be talking about one thing that I understood after researching about learning for a long time. The amount of value that you give to the goal or system that you have, the more interested you will be. And the more interested you will be, the more you will learn. If I'm interested by the things I do, I can learn very well. But if I'm not interested, but I have to do it because of school, because of the university, because of someone else's obligation, then it will be very difficult for me to go on with it. My favorite approach, and the one that worked best for me, was the approach of trying to love the things you do, as I said before. And how can you do that? So, instead of thinking about learning how to code or learning how to do graphics or any other application you want to learn, and instead of thinking it as a job, you could instead think of it as something fun. Because if you love to do coding, then there is no struggle for you. There is no problem with you. You can just learn coding no matter what time it is, no matter if you are in your vacations, in your holidays, anywhere that you are. It doesn't matter. Like someone who loves to code and he finds it difficult because he is obliged to do that. He does it because of this. And there is someone else who loves to do code and he also is obliged to learning coding. In this case, both are not doing the best action, because both of them, they count learning how to code as something very strict, as something that they don't want to do, but they have to do. And this happens so many times with people. You can see the guys who learn how to do sport, and they are more passionate and they will learn it very good and very easily. But someone else who wants to learn a particular skill, then he is not inclined to think of it as something he would do like a sport. Because in a sport, you are interested in doing those activities or all those drills that you do. And in learning how to code or anything else, you're interested in logic, you're interested in calculation, you're interested in thinking and problem solving. But we don't take it like that. We don't actually take learning as something fun. I sometimes remember some people would tell me, "What are you doing?" And I was saying, "I'm learning this particular skill." Whatever it could be, I don't remember. And whenever it was the time for taking a break, I would still do the action that I was doing. Because there is no difference for me. If I read books, I'm doing it to gain information, to gain knowledge, to learn a skill, to apply it in my life. But it doesn't mean that if I am learning that, I'm not taking the fun part of it. And I don't need any other fiction books to do that. Because any type of book that I love to read, they are the books that I need to read. So whenever I'm learning something, whenever I'm reading something, I'm interested in the topic. I choose the topics that I'm interested in. And this could be applied to so many things. That's why I'm saying loving to learn things is very important. And thinking of it as something fun Not as something strictly bounded by a time and you have to go to school to do that, or you have to go to a library. If you're at home, you can't do this. You can do it anywhere. Even the location is not important. You shouldn't think of learning as books and all these classic places that you're going. You don't have to think of it as that. You have to actually think learning as something fun. Because if it's fun, then you will learn it by both ways. As I said, and I want to stress on it, the amount of things that I've learned and the amount of things that I've taken fun of, both of them are the same things. I'm not interested in, let's say, doing a particular skill. Let's say, if we give an example, doing a particular sport, for example, I'm not very interested in. And instead, I'm interested in reading books. So if I read books, I take information and I take my fun out of it. I take my enjoyment out of it. So this can motivate you to learn every single time. Because if you were to take 4 hours of your day for learning, and let's say 4 hours for doing fun and other stuff, you could learn 8 hours of the day without getting frustrated, without burning out, because it's something that you do for fun. If you're doing it for fun, then there is no problem in it. You're just doing it for yourself, for enjoyment. And enjoyment, if you're taking enjoyment by something, I think at that time you can learn it very easily. An example could be the sports that people watch. Someone who watches football. When he watches football, he unintentionally memorizes so many things that is happening in that. So many things. But when he is in a class learning a particular subject, then it's very hard for him to learn. It's very hard for him to start learning and to keep up with it because he's not interested. But in a football match, someone who is watching the football, he memorizes the names of players, he memorizes the rules, he memorizes the names of the stadiums that the match played into. He learns so many things. He memorizes so many things. And it's unintentional. He takes fun of it. He takes fun by learning the names of those people, by learning he memorizes all these things. And by memorizing them, he enjoys. But if he were to memorize a passage from, I don't know, of 4 lines from a poem that he doesn't like to do, or he likes but he treats it as something to do to do academically or for the purpose of studying, then they don't understand it, then they will not know it very well. So that's why I'm telling you guys that you have to learn how to learn. This is one of the most important things, because so many people, they are not learning the way they have to do. And this was just an example in this video that I was sharing with you. Have a good time. Thank you so much. See you next time.